Hi there, and welcome back for our online version of the group meeting for week 4 of the APUSH Bootcamp. So, as usual, we're going to review the goals and tasks. I'm going to tell you about the reading discussion, talk about the graphic organizer, preview the practice, and then introduce the assignment called the stolen essay. So, this week we are starting kind of a 4-week series on the British colonies. So, we're looking at the 4 regions: the Chesapeake, the New England, the Southern, and then the Middle colonies. And so, these 3 objectives are going to stay the same for the next 4 weeks. So, we're looking at environmental and other factors, how that shaped the British colonies, interactions with American Indians, and then causes and effects of slavery. So, you're going to repeat these 3 objectives, which with each of the 4 British colonial regions. This week, we are also particularly focusing in on supporting an argument using specific and relevant evidence. So those are your readings for the week. AMSCO about 4 pages, and then tailored 2 chapters as usual. Our typical assignments: the reading notes, the FBI notes, the postings on Padlet, beginning those objectives. So you're going to add to objectives C, E, and F for the next 4 weeks. And then I want you to do the first row of the graphic organizer, the Chesapeake colonies. So for the reading discussion, we've got our basic questions at the beginning, but then these are some of the things that you should really be paying attention to. Who is settling in the Chesapeake region? Be specific here. Don't just say the British, okay? So remember that not all migrants that came to the Chesapeake region came willingly. So think about who is coming, what is their nationality, what is their purpose, what is their gender, their age, their religion. Think about those various characteristics. What is the environment like in the Chesapeake region? So pay attention to growing season, pay attention to conditions like swamps. What economic activity and labor systems developed in the Chesapeake region? How did interactions between British immigrants and American Indians change over time? So give some examples of early interactions and some examples of interactions as the years go on. So all of that information that you were reading and kind of thinking about is exactly what you should put in the first row of this graphic organizer, which I already included in a post on Google Classroom. So when you think about the North American region, don't just write the names of the colonies, like, for example, Virginia and Maryland for the Chesapeake. Also include details there about the climate and geography. Okay, your 2 primary source practices here are very early in the years of the colony. So you're looking at an excerpt from John Smith and then an excerpt from John Rolfe here. And so you're looking at 2 different things that are going on here. So John Smith is going to be really kind of discussing some of the early struggles in relationship with American Indians. And then John Rolfe is focusing in a little bit more on the economic activities. So hopefully those 2 sources are going to help you have a even clearer understanding of what life was like in specifically Jamestown. All right, so then last here is the stolen essay assignment. This is usually a big hit with my students because I've kind of done the preemptive work for you. So this is where we're really focusing on using evidence. So what I've done here is I've created a prompt: evaluate the extent to which economic growth led to changes in the Chesapeake colonies in the period from 1607 to 1754. So that's the sample prompt. And then I've created your introduction paragraph for you. So I have already decided on your thesis statement. It's your job to support it. That's why it's called the stolen essay. So I have also given you the specific evidence. So there's a whole bunch of particular evidence listed there. And then also, if you provided details about the climate, environment, immigrants, class hierarchy, or religion, those often aren't considered to be as those are more categories versus specific evidence. But if you can provide some details about that, then that counts as specific evidence as well. So I've given you the prompt, your full introduction paragraph, your evidence. Your job now is to create 2 to 3 body paragraphs using as much of this evidence as possible to support the argument that I have written in the thesis statement. So give that a shot. I hope that that is a useful activity for you to get practice on supporting an argument. Please submit that by Saturday, and I will give you feedback on those body paragraphs. So, initial posts on Padlet, FBI reading notes, period objectives, graphic organizer, and then the stolen essay assignment as well. I hope that you guys have a great week, and hopefully I will see you next week on Wednesday.